Thank you for rolling with Ken and Eb.
Hey, welcome to Rolling with Ken and Eb. Okay, you can go ahead, babe. So, guys, I'm going to ask Ken some questions, kind of like an interview. I know you guys can't see us, but you can see him. But just his perspective. Make sure you get your face a little bit more. His perspective on how things are progressing. So, first thing, Ken, on a scale from 1 to 10, how was I doing when I first got diagnosed with Guillain-Barré Syndrome, February of 2024, as far as being able to take care of myself, walk, and get around?
It was absolutely, I would say, nothing. You couldn't lift your hands. You couldn't eat, like feed yourself. So
Okay.
you couldn't move your legs. It was a lot of just absolutely nothing.
Okay, and then after that, I ended up getting sick with the 2019 virus. And so that, and also getting what they call a pulmonary embolism, a blood clot, and I also had pneumonia. Okay, so that was like in July. How was I then in July? Was I able to, feed myself, walk from a scale of 1 to 10? You're saying in February it was absolute 0. Where would you say I was in July when I got sick with those things?
You've seen a big progression of you moving your hands, moving your feet,
I could feed myself.
feeding yourself.
Okay, but I still couldn't walk, or I wasn't mobile on my
No.
own at all. Okay.
No, absolutely not.
So then in November, I started going to outpatient therapy, physical therapy. And how would you say things changed at that point for me from 1 to 10, now that I was going to a physical place with like a gym where they had equipment and where I was able
Kind
to
of
do
more like a speed shot. Everything just seemed like it took off rapidly, and you was walking more. And
walking with a walker, right? With the help of somebody.
yes,
But I was still too weak, right, to take care of myself. And
oh yeah,
couldn't
most
do a
definitely.
lot. So then, fast forwarded to April of this year, I started changing my diet more. No carbs, no sugars, no grains. More like the paleo or palo, people pronounce it differently, diet. And I started incorporating vitamins because I hired a nutritionist. And so from a scale of 1 to 10, what number would you give me then? And you didn't give me the number in July. So what was my number in July from 1 to 10?
July, I would say
You can turn it back on you.
6.5.
Okay. And then when I changed my diet, added the nutrition in April, where was I then from a 1 to 10?
I would say 8.5.
Yep. So, guys, I wanted to do this to let you know that it really doesn't matter what you put in your body. You are what you eat. Certain foods that you eat can block your body from absorbing nutrients. And that's the case that I was in. Although I've always been a big girl, I did lose like 168 pounds before I even got sick with Guillain-Barré Syndrome. But I was not eating all the right things. I was eating carbs and sugar, and those were some of the things that were blocking me from being nutritioned. So when I met with a nutritionist in April, we figured out that I was malnutritioned, and that's the reason why I was too weak to still pull myself up in and out of a car, be able to use a walker independently, wasn't able to do any of that, wasn't able to go to and from the restroom on my own. These are major things. And so I wanted to take the time, because you guys don't hardly get to see Ken, to ask him some questions about, my progression, so you could see that it's not just me, but he's saying the same thing. And when I hired that nutritionist, started eating according to the way that she told me to eat, started taking the right supplements, it changed. Now I'm literally walking with a cane. Not totally all the time, but for the most part I am. And so I progressed from being in the bed to being in a wheelchair to walking with a walker to now on a cane, which is exciting, all from nutritional things that I did and changed. But the biggest thing is I did not realize what was blocking and hindering my body from absorbing, and what was causing more inflammation, which was the sugar and the carbs and the not getting enough sleep and stress. All those things matter really, really big time. So I hope you enjoy that little segment that we just did. I'll just let Ken end us out here on this quick little segment on how he feels his life has changed being a caregiver. Any advice he wants to give someone that's young like us in their 40s that's dealing with a situation that you would never think you would have to deal with, or you thought you'd be really old and gray before it even came down to that. So anything you want to say, babe?
It's a lot of work. A lot of work. But through God, you know, He strengthened us through everything that we go through, so we can do all things through Him. So, you know, you just have to lean on Him and not to your own understanding through the whole situation. But it has gotten a lot better.
Amen. Thank the Lord. Make sure it's facing. Okay, you got it. Hey y'all, welcome back to Rolling with Ken and Eb. So proud of myself. Look at me getting in this chair. Honey. Oh, this used to be a hard thing. I'm out because my toes hurt. Oh yeah, this high. See, it's high. This used to be a hard thing. I used to could not get in the car. Oh, it's crazy. I don't know, because I got my earphones on. And you gotta bend the knees, honey. And this thing, I don't want to tear the people's stuff up, because I got a lot of diarrhea back there. Okay, let me see. Without running over my husband. Oh, I turned it off. Okay. Oh, this. Here we go. Oh, no, going backwards. There we go. See y'all in a little bit. We coming. All right. You ready? All right. Uh-oh, here we go. Good night, Stephen. Okay, let me text you. I'm gonna text you the list so you'll have it too. So today I'm in here, guys, getting. I'm looking for some mineral water, specifically from Italy. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Why? Right now I'm looking for the list so I can text it to my husband too. So if we get separated, he'll know what to get. But we need paper towels, toilet tissue, paper plates, more olive oil, bleach, more Deer Park water, Gorilla Glue for my new cane, so I can start using that cane, and mineral water from Italy. And the reason why it's a new cane, it's not brand new. We get it from a facility. I'll tell you guys about that. That helps out with people who need different things. But he's going to be turning the camera on and off. So we're going to take a quick little break for my husband. We'll come back in a little bit. All right, so we're looking at the Saki salmon. It's actually wild caught. I know my aunt used to get it a lot, Aunt Harriet, when we would go on the women's retreat with church. And it would be so good, that one right there that he showed you there. And then over here, we're looking at some type of sea bass. We've never eaten sea bass, but I heard it was good and expensive. If you look, the price is showing $13.20 for two. But I wanted to look to see if they had, what are those crabs called? Not the snow crabs, but the, they like blue crabs, those big ones. You know, I normally get them.
Crab legs.
Dungeness crabs. I was looking to see if they have the whole crab. I think that's at Costco's, but I just wanted to look and see if they had it. Not that I want it today or anything. All right, we'll be back in a little bit. Hey, you guys. All right, we are checking out here at Sam's, getting some much needed items. Got some avocado oil down there, and some things that you couldn't see was some bottled water. Looking for mineral water. They only had one, which was carbonated. I'm not looking for that. But yeah, just out here shopping. Excited to be riding in the cart. All right, good. How are you? Cash. I thought I was in the cash line. I knew that too. Thank you. I just saw you ringing her up, and my mind automatically thought cash. Okay. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Have a good weekend. All right. I'm in the wrong line, y'all. Here we go. Can't wait to be walking with my cane. But just still working on the strength and a few other things. Of course, you see I was in the wrong line, but it's all good because it's not really busy in here right now. All right, be back with you in a little bit.